coming soon. Until then, enjoy the vibes.
My baby, your body's on fire. Hey, body's on fire. Johnson. My baby, your body's on fire. Hey, body's on fire. My baby, your body's on fire. Yeah. This one I can do with the jabba. Me, I no get time at the jabba. Dada cover my face, calling me lava. Biggie man, we know the way I money, what's it come? Chewbacca, all depend. We can ride the wind, and the beat, die for nothing. My nigga, what's it come? Chewbacca, all depend. We can ride the wind, and the beat, die for nothing. Make you no say anything when you do, they must commentate.
I can't come and kill myself.
Anything when I did do, I did try to they do on my way.
I can't come and kill myself.
Plenty survive we face, just to make sure money day. All my people that go say I know one time, I know one time, I know one time. I want enjoy, I want jump life, I want buy me food, I want build house, I still want to know. Tell me, money, what's it come? Chewbacca. All the penny, they get it, ride the money, and the feet, die for nothing. My nigga, what's it called? Chewbacca, all the penny, they get it, ride the money, and the feet. Different things them happening, schemes and packaging. In a one night for shows I'm juggling, flow like the ocean, my boat I'm paddling. Shadashi no Bella, that's my bro, my family, posing chains. When it comes to money, I take concentrate. Like I tell you straight, you are not my mate. If you become mission, I be head of state. All my people then go say, I know one time, I know one time, I know one payment. I want enjoy, I want jump life, I want buy motor, I want build house, I still want to know. Tell me, my nigga, what's it come? Chewbacca, all depend. They can get ride the money, and the kids die for nothing. My nigga, what's it come? Chewbacca, all depend. They can get ride the money, and the kids die for nothing. Oluwabana, yeah.
Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening to everybody. Let me go ahead and say hello to everybody really quick. And then I'm going to get into my commentary. Marley, nobody asked for your help, sir. Thank you. Wild Seed, hey sis, it's so good to see you. W Jackson, so good to see you, boo. I always feel good when I look down and see you in my chat. Unapologetically me. Hey, sis. I don't know. You were on my mind the other day. Now I can't remember what it was. There was something I think it was going on in another chat, but it's good to see you. We have the Army Moderator of the Month, and that is All the Smoke. Through the Eyes of a Church Girl, welcome. It's good to see you. Wild Seed is wishing everyone a happy new year. And it's almost that time. I don't know if you guys, like, for me, I feel like December just came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we were just at the new year and then we were at summer, and then somehow we just leaped right over to Christmas. So it's just crazy that we have made it. We pretty much almost made it through 2023. Okay. And I don't know about you all, but I consider that to be a blessing. Okay. All right. Because there's a lot of people that did not make it, at least to this date, you know. All right. Lenore Bradley. Hey. Let's see. I got my sister up here in the building, Just Kimmy. It's so good to see you. Bossy says no other channel makes her feel so hyped. I hope it's me in the music, you know what I mean? But I probably will be switching some of my music up for 2023. Still using some of what I've been using, but you know, I don't want to wear out the music to the point where y'all get sick of hearing it also too. So yeah. But it's good to see you, Kimmy. I was wondering if you were going to go live last night after the competition. But however, it was good being on that panel with you last night. It's always a pleasure collaborating with you. It's always a treat for me anyway. So we have Mo's Kitchen and Home. Hey, sister. And then we have Christopher W. Christopher did his thing last night, okay? Christopher really treated us last night to that raw talent, and it was so soothing, and it was just really a real nice treat, you know? So thank you again for that, Christopher. I'm glad that I reached out to you and asked you to participate in that, because I feel like you really added a whole another dynamic and an element to that show last night. And I don't think it would have been what it was without you. I think each person that played a part in last night was very much needed and brought something different. So thank you for participating yesterday. And then we have DC, the Purple Diva. Hey, sister, so good to see you. Says off work until Tuesday. Okay. Let me know if you should decide to go ahead and do a live over there on the other side of town, because when I end up leaving from here, I'm going to go over there. And I'm debating if I want to go to the store or not, because I do have a couple things that I need to get, but I'm thinking, do I really want to go into the stores right now? You know what I mean? I don't know. So we'll figure that out shortly here. Okay. So if you guys are not subscribed to her channel, make sure that you are supporting DC, the Purple Diva, as well as Christopher W, Just Kimmy, Mo's Kitchen and Home. These are all content creators. They all have great and amazing content. So there's enough room to go around. Okay. We have Lorraine. Hey, Lorraine, it's so good to see you. Uncle Claude that came and blessed us last night with that Winans piece. And it was just, first of all, like I said, I did not know that Uncle Claude could sing. I had no clue. So that was like an extra treat for me. And it just so happens to be one of my favorite songs. And I could tell even the Winans, when they sung that song, I could tell that it wasn't just a song. It was also a testimony. So I thank you for that, brother. I really do. I didn't see a lot of people doing review. Well, I was just told that someone did a review, and I was checking that out before I went live. So I didn't finish getting to listen to the rest of the review, but I'll check that out after this live is over or whatever. So we have Jill's Comfort Zone. Hey, Jill, it's so good to see you. I know you're probably getting really ecstatic, because your contest will be coming up soon. And I did promise that I was going to put donate something by CashApp. And I think I'm going to go ahead, if my phone is not dead, I'm going to go ahead and probably CashApp you. Well, I am going to Cash App something to you today, whether it be while I'm live or either when the live is over. But I just realized my phone is in the living room, at least my CashApp phone anyway. Lost brain cells. It's so good to see you, and thank you for that CashApp last night. I truly appreciate it. Okay. Aquarius mindset. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the channel. It's so good to see you here. Okay, so you guys already know what it gives. You are at the Army. You can go ahead and take your shoes off, get comfortable, and just relax. If anyone new comes in, moderators, please make them feel welcome. You know, one of the things that I am really working on, if you guys, you know, don't know, besides myself, with my platform, I really want, when people come over here to this platform, I want them to feel like they are at home. Now, I don't mean at home to the point where they're going to come over and cut up and tear my shit up. But I'm just saying, I want them to feel comfortable. I want them to know that even if you are here and you don't have a Cash App or Super Chat, that you will be acknowledged, that you will, you know, if I don't have time to greet you, that somebody will greet you and make you feel welcome. You know what I mean? I want everyone to be treated the same across the board. I know that some people get special treatment based off of, you know, Cash Apps or money or things that they're able to do, or either they're disrespected based off if somebody has enough money to cause you to be disrespected. I don't want that to be that place. You know, I also want this to be that place where if one of my moderators has an issue with another content creator, they can go ahead and take that issue up with them on their own platform. And if they don't have their own platform, then they need to get one, because there's nothing worse than people who are, you know, basically, I'll say, looks like they out here ruining people's fucking platforms. But I digress, because that's really, you know, it's not my call. And I'm not even going to sit here and act like I give a damn, because I don't. But I'm just not going to allow that to happen to me. You know what I'm saying? If one of my moderators is so opinionated, then they need to go ahead and start up their own channel. You know, I hear a lot of people talking about, you know, training and teaching and all this other stuff. I mean, this is YouTube. I mean, this is not the military. Okay. I'm saying, hey, Kiki. So, yes, Christopher did so great last night. So did Uncle Claude, Jay Wilson. Everyone did really, really good. So initially, I was going to come on and I was going to talk about some things that was going on with celebrities. So there was a video that was trending yesterday with Simone, you know, the gymnast, with her and her husband, and how he says that he didn't know who she was before they met. They met on a dating app. So that goes to let you know that even celebrities is out here looking for love, and they're on, you know, dating apps and stuff like that, because most people, not all, but some people just don't want to be, you know, alone. And then I also look at her age, and, you know, she's at that age where, you know, she needed somebody, I guess, you know, serious in her life and everything like that. But I feel like I don't really have an issue with some of the statements that her husband says. It's just the way he says them. You know what I mean? To me, I take it he's a little full of himself. And maybe he doesn't mean to be, but that's how it comes off. He kind of comes off like, you know, I'm the catch, I'm the treat. And I guess everybody should feel that way about themselves. But when I hear him speaking like that in front of his wife, to me, it doesn't come across as a good look. It really doesn't. And to me, I would view him and look at him as like a pretty boy. At least in my eyes, to me, he looks like a pretty boy. And I know sometimes those pretty boys, can be quite full of themselves. And I don't know if she feels like lucky, like, you know, I don't know what's going on, but I didn't like the way it made me feel just listening to them. And it's not a story that he told for the first time, because he's been saying this since they first met up, which was one of the reasons why she was really into him, because, you know, according to him, he didn't know who she was, which I find that hard to believe. You would have to be living underneath of a rock. Like, even if you're not deep into gymnastics, it's kind of hard to say you don't know who she is. I mean, she threw like the first pitch with baseball. I mean, she's a Black gymnast, and she has more medals than any other, I think was 7. So, and then the whole scandal with the sexual misconduct and everything like that. So I find it hard to believe, like, he might have not known who she was, as far as they might have not been in each other's inner circle. But I find it hard to believe that he had never heard of her before. I call bullshit, personally. So I was going to talk about that a little bit. I guess I am talking about it now, but I was going to put the clips and everything up, but then I didn't even bother. And then I was watching Krishan and Blueface, and I do have that video, which is up on my Facebook page. And I'm going to tell you that those two are really playing a dangerous game. And I'm not wishing it on them, but I truly believe that CPS is going to end up getting involved with that child. They are doing way too much in front of that child. That baby is way too small, way too fragile. Even with the temperatures and stuff, you know, all the traveling. Okay, that's one thing. Anybody can travel and, you know, prepare your child for the temperatures and everything. But the fact that this is the second time where I've seen violence involved, and that baby was right there. Let me tell you something. The police don't give a fuck who you are. The police don't care how much money you have. To them, you are just another nigga, okay? And they will not hesitate to take that child away from you. And I truly, truly believe that that baby is going to get taken away, or she's going to end up being in so much legal shit where she's going to have to take like parenting classes and all this other stuff. Now, we can easily blame Blueface, okay? We can blame him and say he's the problem, right? But I'm also looking at her. And even though you may want your child to have a relationship with the father and all that other kind of stuff, if he's telling you to come and meet up with him to see the baby, and you and him have all of this drama going on, then maybe you need to reconsider it and maybe go to the court and get some type of court order where maybe there's a third party who will hand the baby over to him. That's if you even think that the baby is safe enough to be around him. You get what I'm saying? Just because he's the father does not mean that you have to deal with him if he's moving and operating in a way that is unsafe for that baby, okay? When you have a child, you are supposed to put everything, and I do mean everything, before that baby, which means the baby's safety, the baby's happiness. I mean, all of that. You know what I mean? The last time when she had one of her friends babysitting, he showed up and so-called kidnapped the baby or whatever. And some of it, I feel like that they're doing it for content. They're doing it for clicks and views, and they're doing it to trend. But at what cost? Losing your kid? You know, we've seen other celebrities that have gotten wrapped up in CPS cases. So I don't know what makes her think that she'll be different. And then I know in some states, it doesn't matter who, and I know this happened with my cousin, they don't care who is the person is bringing the violence. They will put charges on both parties because you're doing it in front of the child. You know, okay, Mo. So Mo's wishing everybody a Merry Christmas. So I just think it's kind of crazy. And I know she's young or whatever, and this is her first child or whatever. But I will say this, his other baby mother, at least she got enough sense to stay her ass at home with them kids. You know what I'm saying? And let him do his crazy shit or whatever. I would not be willing to lose my child because I can tell she really, really loves that baby. I mean, it's very adamant. She, like, you can see it. She loves that baby. So why jeopardize the custody of your child or the safety of your child? You know, he could go to hit her, the baby fall on the ground and end up, you know what I'm saying, in a vegetable state like coma or whatever. It's just not worth it, you know. And I really do hate the fact that the media really highlights these toxic relationships. I do really feel like it's an agenda, and I do think it's an agenda against the Black family, to kind of let or make women think that you don't either need to have a two-parent home or it's okay to deal with all this baby daddy drama and all this other type of stuff. They really highlight celebrities out here who are having babies back to back, who are not getting married. I know some people feel like, you know, that's old fashioned, or, you know, they shouldn't have to, you know, get married or whatever. But I think we also have to look at what's being shoved down into children's faces. You know what I mean? It was once upon a time where when celebrities got pregnant or whatever, they would be ashamed if they weren't pregnant. You know what I mean? But now they'll just have baby after baby after baby after baby and not be married. And I understand that marriage is not for everybody. That's not everybody's hopes and dreams. But I just really think that it's an agenda against the Black family. And I think we really need to change that. And we're not able to change what they highlight for celebrities or whatever. But as adults and having children, it's our responsibility to teach our daughters certain things. It's important to also teach our son certain responsibilities where, you know, if you can lay this woman down and have a child by her, then you can also make her your wife, you know. But they also basically highlight people, you know, just having sex for fun, having a good night, you know, good time and all that other crazy stuff. So I don't know, but yeah. And then I saw his mom speak up, and his mother always kind of is on his side. And of course, because, you know, he's paying the money to fund his mother's lifestyle. So why would she ever speak up and say anything negative about her son? But I do think they need to change for that baby. And if things are not working out between the two of them, like I see she's supposed to move on to another guy. But even with me, I have an issue with that. I know sometimes we want to do what a man is doing, or the woman might feel like, well, why do I have to be lonely? He's out here fucking all these different girls or whatever. But at the end of the day, your responsibility, at least for me, the way how I'm looking at it as the mother, I have to make sure my child is okay. Instead of just bringing every new nigga in front of your kids and stuff, because that's not a good look either. You know what I mean? Sometimes you need time to heal for yourself before you go and you move on to the next person, you know? And I see that even with Summer Walker. I just keep seeing her ending up with more babies, more baby daddies, no stable relationship, and just drama, you know? So I wanted to say that, yeah, his mother is very disgusting. So, anyway, Last night I was up and I was watching some things or whatever on YouTube and things like that. And then, but after I was at Jay Wilson's for the talent show, I really had an honest question that I wanted to ask. And I just would like for everyone in the comment section, hey, Pizza Pie, to answer this if you feel comfortable. So I said, are you okay? So I'm basically asking for each person right now, because I know this can be a very emotional time for a lot of people. And maybe not even just the holidays. The holidays might not even have anything to do with it. Sometimes we get so busy just dealing with life that no one even takes the time to ask us, are we okay? So that's what I wanted to ask you guys today. Are you okay? And I mean that from a very sincere place. Like, are you okay? How do you feel? Do you feel okay? Do you feel good? Are you excited for Christmas? Are you ready for it just to be over? You know, how are you feeling? That's what I want to know. Child, I got so many phones going off right now. I don't know where the hell the other phone is at. Oh, that's so annoying. So let's see. Nobody has answered. So is that safe to say that everybody just feels okay? Or you feel like blah? Or how are you feeling? Okay, let's see. DC Purple Diva. I'm sorry, y'all, that I'm moving all around. I'm trying to find. Oh, here it goes. Okay. So DC Purple Diva says, life is kicking my ass right now, but I'm trusting the Most High. And believe me, you can always depend on him. You can always depend on him. No matter how it looks, no matter how you may feel right now, he will always come through for you. Always. Always. But I just didn't know, like, because, like I said, a couple years ago for Christmas, we would come through and just, you know, entertain and stuff like that. So, I didn't know if you guys were in a state where you feel like you needed some company over the holidays, or are you doing good? Because if you feel like you in a depressed state and you just don't want to think about the depression and you want some entertainment, then I'll come through. But if you guys are okay, then I'll just let you guys, you know, be okay. Let's see what Jill says. Jill says, I'm good. I miss my loved ones who I can no longer share the holiday with, but I'm okay. Thankful to be spending it with my daughters. Yes. Family first. I will tell you that last year was probably the hardest holiday. Even though I don't celebrate Christmas, I'm still used to talking to, you know, my brother, my nephew, and stuff like that. So last Christmas, I stayed in the bed all day. I didn't get out the bed. I didn't want to talk to anybody. You know, I didn't cry or anything like that. Like, I didn't have like a meltdown or anything, but I just didn't want to be bothered. And I was like, you know, but this Christmas, I'm in such a better place than I was last Christmas, even though I went through, you know, some serious losses this year too. But I feel like I took the time to heal. So I feel like I'm in a better position that I can help to uplift others, you know, if need be. Where last year I physically and mentally couldn't do it at all. Okay, so let's see. Lost Brain Cell says, I'm feeling good. Just major construction going on in my home. Bathroom remodeling has me wishing I waited. Noise and mess is killing me. Yeah, we have some construction going on over here too. And it was getting so bad that like every day I was having major headaches, you know. So that can be quite a lot to deal with, you know, but it'll be worth it. Once it's all said and done, you won't have to even worry about it again, you know. So Unapologetically says, life is truly lifing right now, and the holidays are not the best for me, but I trust with my, I think it's to say with my whole heart, and I know this too shall pass, which it will. Truly praying and believing, also fasting. Yes. A lot of times we have to fast. Another thing that I find to be very, very helpful is meditating. I don't really know what I would do without meditation. You know what I mean? I can be in a place where there's a lot of noise and there's just a whole bunch of stuff that's going on. I could be like outside of the house, and I've gotten to the point where I can literally tap out, you know what I mean, and meditate within that moment just to bring myself back to a state of being calm, you know. It's also a good thing too to sometimes listen to ASMR music. Like some of that piano that Christopher was playing yesterday, that felt so healing. It felt so soothing, you know. So Wild C says, I think she's saying she still misses her best friend. It's been 15 years soon. I lost her in a car accident. I can't believe I'm still grieving. Let me tell you something, Wild Seed. Allow yourself to take all the time that you need to grieve. Grief is not always about, oh, it's been 6 months, it's been a year, it's been 2 years. One of my hardest losses was my friend of 20 years. And that's because we were like family. We were like family. I mean, to the point that I named the prince after him. You get what I'm saying? So there's never a time, I don't even think a day goes by that I don't think about him, because he was so much a part of my life and always have been for so long. So that's normal to grieve, to continue to grieve. But just truly know that they're in a better place. They're no longer suffering. And I know that sounds so cliche. We hear it all the time. But I think it's important that we also put it out there that there is no time limit on grief. You know, a lot of times people show support, you know, at the funeral and stuff like that. And then after that, they'll be like, you know, call me if you need something. But nobody really checks in 6 months down the road, a year after, 2 years after. Like I was on Facebook yesterday, and my cousin, because y'all know I just lost my cousin and then his wife also this year. And so my cousin's his brother, you know, that passed, he was saying it was his birthday. So his birthday was just a couple of days ago. And he was like, I can't believe this is my first birthday ever, you know, without my brother. And now we're coming up on Christmas and stuff like that. And those first are very hard. The first birthdays, the first Christmases, the first, you know, New Year's, the first everything, you know what I mean? It can be very, very difficult, but don't ever let anyone make you feel bad for grieving or for how long it takes you to grieve or heal. You may never get over it. You know what I'm saying? You may forever be grieving, you know? One of the things that really helped with me was astral projection. You guys can look that up on YouTube. I would definitely say it's not something that I would advise you to do on your own if you don't know what you're doing, because you can have a hard time getting back grounded. But when my friend passed away, that was the first time that I had ever been mad with God. I mean, when I tell you I was mad with God, I was mad. I was furious with God. And after that, I went and I did astral projection, and it was so healing for me. And I promised myself that day, I said, I don't ever want to ever be mad with God again. I don't ever want to question God ever again. So when I went through a lot of the things that I went through last year and then this year, I remember the promise that I made, and I was like, nope, you can't do that. You know what I mean? So I just did what I needed to do to heal. And I'm still healing, because healing is not so much a destination, it's a journey. So I continue to find ways to heal and to be okay and to be, a better me, and do things to celebrate their legacy, So that's what I choose to do. DC Purple Diva says she's going to be live over the holidays, and I think that will be absolutely good. I think a lot of people really need that. And Jill says, I truly understand Wild Seed. It's been 28 years since my sister was murdered. Wow, I didn't know that. And my heart still aches for her. I've gotten better dealing with my loss, but I do have my days. Yeah. And you have those days where, I know even for me, sometimes I'll go to sleep and in my dream, my brother's alive. And then I wake up and it's like, damn, he really is gone. You know what I mean? So I understand that as well, But I really, no, you don't have to worry about your typos. I really wanted to make sure. Let's see. T-Bone says, not to be a downer, but 400 years of slavery proves God doesn't always intervene. Have faith, but keep it realistic. That's not being a downer. I think even with that, we also have to do the work. You get what I'm saying? But I understand what you're saying, and I don't take that to be a bad thing, because I pretty much also what you're saying is, hey, do not just lay around in the funk waiting around for God to get you out of how you're feeling. You got to actually get up, and sometimes you might not want to get up. You might not want to get dressed. I know when I was going through my worst parts of depression, as long as I could take a bath that day, I felt like I had did all that I could do. And some days I would get out the shower and have the towel wrapped around me, and I didn't even have like the energy, or I didn't even want to get dressed. I didn't want to do anything other than that, but just lay in the bed. That's all I wanted to do. So, I get that. I get it. I truly do. And thank you for being here, T-Bone. Hey, Benz, I was waiting on your live yesterday, but I guess you had changed it because of Jay Wilson. I was assuming maybe because of that or something. I don't know, but I was waiting on it, and then it the date had changed or whatever. So, but yeah. So let me see. Unapologetically Me says, wow, see, that's my issue, missing my mother, and I've lost so many this year, and it's so hard. but God. I'll be praying for your strength. And I think that's what we have to do for each other. You know what I mean? I know a lot of times we say this is just an app and stuff like that, but we've literally been on here for, well, I know at least me, I've been on here for so long. And I've been on here with many of you all for a long time. So I genuinely do care about your well-being. I genuinely do care if you're okay. I genuinely do care if you're coping through the holidays. Okay, you know. So, and like I said, sometimes a lot of us have the tendency to be everything to everybody, and we forget about ourselves. You know what I mean? We're so busy making sure that everybody else is okay that we don't have anybody asking us, are you okay? You know, are you doing all right today? Oh, yeah. And losing a parent is really, really hard. It doesn't matter if you don't have to be a little child, you know, to miss your parents, you know. And then look at what we have going on now. We also have so many parents who are burying their children when we know it's not supposed to be that way. We're supposed to bury our parents, but instead we have parents who are burying their children. I watched this show yesterday, and if I can find it, I'm going to put it in the description, or I'll share it on my community wall. This lady lost 3 of her sons in 4 years. Do y'all hear what I'm telling y'all? 3 of her sons were murdered within 4 years. And her youngest son and the last son that passed away was 13 years old. When y'all hear that lady talk in court, I was just sitting there saying to myself, how is this lady still existing? And that's probably exactly all she's doing, is existing, you know? And sometimes you be feeling like, you know, you're going through it, and then you see something like that and you're wondering, my goodness, how is this person still coping? So, hey, Dr. Soapy. Hold on, let me see. Natasha says, depression is real. My dad died in April 1st, plus recovery from surgery. Life is not life right now for me. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to hear that. I was wondering where you had been. I hadn't really seen you around. And I'm sorry you're going through that. And that's why, you know, yesterday, when I had went to Jay Wilson, because I know he likes to sing and stuff like that. And I was like, why don't we just have, you know, I was thinking like Christmas carols or whatever. I didn't know what it was going to be or if it was however, but I just wanted to come through and just do something just to uplift people's, you know, spirits during this time. And I'm sorry for everybody in here who has lost somebody, whether it was your child, your parents, a friend, you know, hold on with it. Michelle's daughter says, a coworker of mine lost 2 sons in a few months of each other. She had a breakdown one day in the bathroom. I felt so bad. And you know the bad part about that, when somebody's really going through it, it's like you don't know what to say because it's nothing that you really can say. You know what I mean? And sometimes nobody wants to hear, oh, it's going to be okay. You know what I mean? But I have to find that that video. And one of the guys who killed her sons, I think they told her this in court, but they didn't play this part of it. But she said it in court because she said to the judge, "You know what he told me." And they told her to go, if you want to see your son, go dig him up out of the grave. You know, you have people who don't even have respect for life. They will not hesitate to take a life over some of the smallest, stupidest things. It could be just the look that you give somebody. It could be driving, you know, road rage, whatever. People have really lost touch with reality. And I'm starting to see that more and more every day. But this lady said, I'm on 5 medications. And she says, I'm only taking one of them because I don't want to be medication dependent. And some people have to do that just so that they don't end up taking their own life. Because when I'm looking at this lady, 3 sons in 4 years, how this lady is still breathing and living, I have no idea. Because I don't think I could survive through something like that. I don't. And actually her 13-year-old son was cutting grass to earn money. He was trying to stay out of trouble because he didn't want to end up, you know, losing his life to the streets like his brothers or whatever. So he was out here at 13 trying to be an entrepreneur, trying to work, trying to cut grass, trying to, you know, make his mom proud or whatever. And they say he was a well-mannered little boy and everything. And those boys did a drive-by and killed that 13-year-old boy. He died alone. Mm-hmm. And, you know, even in this time, as I was talking the other day to Vivian, with the temperature changing, it's starting to get dark, you know, a lot earlier. Check your get your blood work done. Make sure that you're not deficient in anything. You may need to take a vitamin D supplement. You know what I mean? Because the time of year can change and alter your mood as well. We don't have as much sun out. It's cold. You know, you're not going out as much. You know. Unapologetically Me says, I know someone personally who has lost 5 of her kids in a house fire. Whoosh! Not long ago. My heart aches for her. Their ages were from 14 to 4. Yeah, that's got to be hard. And you know what? I watched this lady on which it was one of those shows on TV, and actually she had lied and told the police that she had went to go check her mail and that she got in her car to go ride to where the mailboxes was to go check her mail. But anyway, when they found later on, she was in a like the convenience store or whatever. But the way she was dressed, in my personal opinion, she did not dress like that to go to that convenience store. They may have found her at that convenience store on camera, but to me, she looked like she was out tricking somewhere. You know what I mean? That's what it looked like to me. And she had left those kids alone. She had went to the store and she left the bags of groceries in the bedroom, basically so the kids could fend for themselves. And when she ended up coming back by her house, the fire department was there. And I'm sorry, but I would have had to get arrested because nothing would have stopped me from going in there for my kids. But then again, I wouldn't have left them in the house by themselves. But I also don't know if it was she was doing what she had to do to try to survive, to take care of them. Who knows? Because see, that's the other thing on the flip side of it, where I think women also need to be careful, because a lot of times women feel like, well, I can do what a man is doing, but you're the one 9 times out of 10 it's going to be stuck raising those kids. So you really shouldn't do what a man is doing. You know what I mean? Because the outcome of it, she ended up getting charged, for her kids dying in that fire. And then she also has to live with that every single day, knowing that her actions led to those kids being dead. And she had some issue in her house with the socket, and she had an extension cord, and she had a whole bunch of stuff hooked up, and it had overheated and all this other stuff, So I see a lot of these shows, and I'm just like, life is so fragile. It's so fragile. And for me, I had like the biggest lesson that I learned is just like how short life is. And I've been getting that lesson for at least like 5 years straight. I've been getting that lesson of just how short life is. So I look at every day as a blessing, and also an opportunity for me to enjoy life, So let me see. Benz, I say the same thing. I don't want to outlive my children. I don't. I don't. I don't, because I know how I felt losing my nephew. I know how I felt losing my brother. So I definitely know losing my kids. And then also too, I feel like I started dealing with so much grief that I also became like almost numb. I started to almost feel like, do I even have feelings anymore? So last night, I'm not gonna lie, I dropped a couple of tears last night on that panel. Yeah, when Ness was singing and then Jay Wilson started singing, I was really moved. I was so moved. So anytime when I catch myself being like emotional, I'm almost relieved, because sometimes I feel like, damn, am I human still, But, and I didn't crank this live up to make anybody sad or anything like that, but I just wanted to see how you talking about y'all don't care about no kids. Okay, if you say so. Yeah, people just acting silly right now. And, moderators, y'all can do whatever it is that y'all need to do. If y'all feel the need to do it, if y'all want to give a person mercy and grace, that's fine too. Because a lot of things that people do, it doesn't really bother me. I just look at them like, what's going on in your life? You know what I'm saying? Because you have to really be in a bad state of affairs to come on the internet and, harass people or bother people that you don't even know, or say disrespectful things to people. It's, it says more about you than it does about anybody else, You have to fight it. You have to fight it. You have to fight it. And like I said, you have to start even with small steps, even if it's just taking a shower, you know what I mean? Treating yourself, you know what I mean? Giving yourself a facial or whatever the case may be. One of the things that I really do like about the platform TikTok is that it takes me back to a time of when I first started social media, when we would actually come on camera and cam up and stuff like that. And I think these avatars have allowed a lot of us to become very lazy. Also not putting ourselves together. Like I'm talking for the people who don't have a job and they don't have to have a reason to fix themselves up. You get what I'm saying? You can look like anything behind that avatar. You know what I'm saying? You can have your hair sitting up on top of your head. You don't have to put yourself together or anything like that. And, you know, back in the day when we had the Google Hangouts and stuff, we would cam up, you know, Blab, we would cam up. And now people have stepped so far away from that, which I understand with some people. I understand why some people don't cam up, because people are so critical. People are looking around for things that don't concern them, have nothing to do with them. Some people genuinely want to come here and they want to entertain without being doxxed. But what I notice is that the people who don't show themselves, they have the most shit to say about every and anybody. You shouldn't be mad at God. If you're 17, you're just going through a season, and things will get better. Things will get better. Hey, Mimosa, I ain't seen you in a good little minute. Where you been at? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Even though it's cold, make sure y'all still staying hydrated and everything. I think I allowed myself to get dehydrated like last week, and I just feel like I cannot even get enough water in my system. Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, that's just kind of where I am with that. Let's see. Jill says, when I lost my dad a few years ago, I checked out. I really didn't want to talk to anyone for like a year or more. I know it was bad of me because people were really worried about me. Jill, let me tell you something, and I'm not proud to say this at all, but anybody who talks to me behind the scenes, they know this about me. Hold on, let me see if I can get to it. Oh, shoot. Right here. Let me see if y'all can see it. Hold on. I ain't got no deck on. Hold on. Gotta take this Band-Aid off the phone. Hold on. Because some people will get in their feelings like, oh, I called you. You didn't get back with me. This, that, or whatever, right? But I don't know if y'all can see that. Can y'all see that? I think it's too bright. I have 241 text messages. Matter of fact, let me screenshot it and then I'll put it in my dash. Okay. I'll put it in my dash and show it to y'all that way. I'm going to show y'all how bad it is. And this is not even, it's not even really like per se depression. I just got to a point where it's like the phone doesn't matter to me anymore and the internet doesn't matter to me anymore. I will go and I will take my phone and have it wherever. It could be in the dresser somewhere. I won't even cut it on for a couple of days. And to be honest, it is very healing to do that. You know what I mean? If it's an emergency, and the only emergency that really could ever be will be my children. They know how to get in contact with me. There's always somebody that, you know what I'm saying, that they can call in the house or whatever like that. But yeah, I I definitely did that this year. When I was gone, I really didn't really want to talk to anybody. I really didn't care about social media like that. Yeah, I didn't. I really didn't. And to this day, okay, so let me put it through here. And to this day, I still don't really fuck with the phone like that. You know what I mean? And also too, you know, when you make yourself available to every and anybody, right? You then you're dealing with everybody else's problems when you got your own shit that you can hardly take care of. You get what I'm saying? So that's like kind of a lot too. You know what I mean? And then with social media, right? If you're a content creator, and what I feel is that I look at some people on here who have lost like their parents and stuff like that. And I'm talking about in the course in the time of being a content creator. And I think they feel the need to just pop right back on the scene and laugh and giggle and get back to whatever. And they haven't really taken any time to address that pain, you know? And I know this is a place where people, you know, they drag deceased family members and stuff like that. So maybe people don't want to make themselves vulnerable or whatever. But if you don't heal what's hurting you, you will bleed on other people that don't have nothing to do with what you got going on. You get what I'm saying? And that was even something that I even realized I feel like at times I was doing. You know what I'm saying? I was dealing with certain things, whether it would be grief, whether it was health stuff. And I was so angry and so mad and so overwhelmed at what I was dealing with that it just would be people fucking with me. And then I would just like set it completely off. And so I'll just say that I'm glad that I'm just not in that place or that space anymore. And I hope that, you know, no matter what's going on, that I can remain, you know, at least aware, you know what I'm saying, of how I feel, you know what I mean? Or if I need to just pull back a little bit or step away and walk back or however, because once you get to a place of peace, you know, you want to continue to feel that peace, you know? And believe me, if I could do it, you all could do it. Anybody can do it. Because on top of me dealing with all of that, you know, I also have bipolar. And me having bipolar, it makes things so much more difficult. It really does. Like, it's not easy. It is not easy to deal with the ups and downs, the highs and the lows of bipolar. It's not easy at all. And you would think that people would be maybe a little understanding, or maybe if they don't understand, at least just kind of like, not even really fuck around with that. But these people find humor in everything. So they look forward to seeing someone have a manic episode because that's entertainment to them. It's really not entertainment. It would be no different than someone having an asthma attack. You know what I'm saying? If someone was having an asthma attack, would you take their inhaler and run from them and laugh while holding it? No. You would try to give them the inhaler and make sure that they're okay, you know? And I get it. Some people, you can't help them because you don't know that they need help. Some people are ashamed to, hey, Viv, some people in YouTube cameras, some people are ashamed to say that they're dealing with a mental health issue. But I'll never be ashamed to admit that I have mental health problems, you know, because it's a whole bunch of people out here who can't be honest, whether it be their job, whether it be their family or whatever. So I feel like for me, it's a responsibility of mine to be, honest. So this is my phone right here. Okay. 76 missed calls, 241 text messages that I have not even looked at or even thought about or responded back to. And talk about a voicemail, you can forget it. I don't even check voicemail. If it's something urgent and I think like as a doctor's office is getting back with me or whatever, I'll have my husband check it. But I don't know, for whatever reason, that gives me anxiety too. So sometimes I struggle with like, I struggle with like emails, mail in the mail, and all that other type of stuff, you know? Yeah, I cannot. Even when I used to tell people, please don't leave me voicemails, they would still leave me fucking voicemails. And I'm like, please don't. Uncle Claude says, fun fact, in some way, shape, or form, we all have mental health issues. That I believe. The difference is the way we handle it. Yep. I cannot stand voicemails. Okay. Okay, so let's see here. I was diagnosed with MDD. I don't know what that is. MDD. Is it mood disorder? I'm not for sure if that's what that is. And severe anxiety in 2018. And I rarely speak on it because people are so judgmental. Yeah, they are, you know. And, you know, when I see grown people laughing at other, whether they are adults or whatever, about mental health, and when you see children at school and you're wondering, how did these children become bullies? You know how they became? Oh, major depressive disorder. Okay, thank you. Okay. Thank you, Catherine. And you wonder, how did these kids become bullies? Look at their parents. Look at their parents. How many times do we see people here on this YouTube apparatus and they are bothering people who have never said a single word to them, but they have something to say to these people, whether it be about their looks, whether it be about their size, whether it be about their content, whether it be about whatever. Like, the strangest thing for me personally, the strangest thing for me is people who proclaim that they do not like me, but they know every single thing that I'm doing, okay? They know everything that I'm doing because they can talk about it. See, the thing about me is I don't watch people that I don't like. If I don't like you, why would I subject myself to watching you? That makes no sense at all. You know what I mean? But I also understand why some people do it, because they don't really have any talent. And so if they're not talking about people, especially in a disparaging way, they wouldn't have any content. They can't do anything else. They can't do celebrity news and gossip. No. They can't tell jokes. They're not funny. They can't do hair videos. They can't do anything. You know, they don't even have the guts to even leave the damn house and go do walkthroughs or do anything. You know what I'm saying? But they will come on here and they will try to beat other people down all day long. And you know why they want to beat other people down? Because they feel beat down. They feel tore up. Mm-hmm. Happy people Happy people do not go around just fucking with people for absolutely no reason at all. Watching and lurking and seeking to see what the hell is going on. I had somebody tell me the other day, they said, so-and-so, and you see I don't say no names, so-and-so was mad at you because of something you said in your video. It's my channel. I said what I said. If you don't like it, that's your problem. Don't watch. But I'm not going to change what I have to say. I'm not going to change my story for nobody. Because it's what? It's my story. It's my story. Oh, yeah, T-Bone. Absolutely. And that's what I want. I want people to drop down and get into the conversation. I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable like they can't, you know what I'm saying, drop down. And this was really just kind of spared a moment because I was just sitting here thinking. And I said, let me just do a kind of check and see how everybody is doing, how everybody is feeling and stuff like that. You know, yesterday was a really long day, long night, however you want to put it. And YouTube Cameras did a very good breakdown of the news. I mean, she was breaking down the news. As she was even breaking it down, there was even more news going on. But if you want to catch up on, you know, what's going on, you can check her out and get a nice little recap. And she also does not just beef sector, but black sector in Mo 3. So yeah, and I've started kind of going out to some of the other sectors and getting to know some of the people there. But it is a little bit hard because when they're talking about stuff, I don't know who they're talking about. I don't know what's going on. So I just try not to get involved because it's really not my business. Like I was listening to Mink. This was like maybe a couple of days ago. And I guess somebody went to go meet up with somebody to fight. But then it sounds like they called the police on themselves or somebody else. Like, and I don't know what the hell is going on. You know what I'm saying? Now I heard the one person name because that person was in one of Benz's contests, the cam guy. But I don't know anything about him, but I've just heard his name before and I saw him that time. I've really had fun. Oh, okay. You canceled it. Okay. Yeah. I think for him just to have a couple of people that were in the talent show, I think they did well. You know, I didn't know that some people were offended because I didn't give commentary on one of the performances. I didn't feel the need to, you know what I mean? And that's my right. I can do that if I want to, you know what I mean? You know, but like I said, on this app, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. Because if you say something rude, people will be like, oh, if you didn't have anything nice to say, then you shouldn't say anything at all. You say nothing at all, they upset about that. People are always going to find fault when they want to find fault. But I know the conversation that myself and Jay Wilson and Vivian had about what type of competition it was and what was going on. And I'm not mad at anybody about anything. I'm really not, you know, I'm not at all. But I'm also not going to, you know, entertain silliness. Yeah, I'm not going to entertain silliness. And I know that, let me see, January, I had it in this book somewhere written down. I think it's the 14th. King Roman has the all women's fashion challenge. And then there's going to be a celebrity lookalike contest that I think is going to be, because Jill's contest is the 14th. I mean, I think I'm getting the dates mixed around. I got it written in this damn book, child, somewhere. Okay, here we go. Okay, so Jill's contest is the 13th. And then on the 14th, why do I feel like I got these dates mixed up? The 14th, I think that's King Roman. And then right around that time, they're going to be doing the celebrity lookalike contest, and that's going to be the Memphis sector. And I'll be a judge for the celebrity lookalike contest. Myself, Yusef, and I'm not for sure who the other judges are, but I know me and Yusef. Hey, MB. But yeah, I just dropped the link if anybody wants to come up. Yeah, if anybody wants to come up. Oh, you have a medical procedure. Yeah. I understand. And also too, I did call Heidi too today because I need to figure out something with her too, but that's neither here nor there. And I really hope she restocks that palette again, because I'm telling you, that palette is all that and some. But I think she needs to go up on the price, honestly, because when you think about, you know, shipping, and then when you think about all the different colors in the palette, and the thing that I do like about the base colors, not the glitter, you only need a little bit. If you go to use that eyeshadow palette, don't dig your eyeshadow brush in there like you normally would do with some other palette, because you're going to have way too much. Like, you really don't need a whole lot at all. Yeah. Vivian, are you working today? Child, the only person to be listening is my husband every blue moon when I get, and I actually asked T-Mobile to take the voicemail thing off my phone, and they said they couldn't take it off. And I'm like, I know they could take it off, because I've called people's phones, and you know, when it says like this phone's voicemail hasn't been set up yet or whatever, I'm like, that's how I want my phone. I don't want people to be able to leave me voicemail. So I have like this long Bible scripture on my phone, because usually if they hear something about God, they're going to hurry up and hang up or whatever. Child, nope, they still be on there. I'm like, oh my goodness. Oh, you went to go lay on the couch this morning? Child. Honestly, I was supposed to start going back to therapy. But then once I started going to church, I just felt like, I don't know, I just felt like I didn't need therapy. And so even with my medication, I have my primary care dealing with that, which he really doesn't want to deal with. But right, it's hard to find psychologists or whatever just to deal with the medication or whatever, because some of them they don't want to do that, you know what I mean? So but my therapist is really good, the one that I do have, because he's very honest. He's very honest. And I mean, he was honest enough to tell me to my face, like, if you don't grab hold and get it together, you're going to end up in prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, he told me that out his own mouth. Like, he doesn't sugarcoat anything at all. But when I stopped going, in order for me to go back, they're not seeing any new like patients. So yeah. But it's good to have a therapist that you can be honest with, vulnerable with, and also a therapist that's going to tell you the truth about yourself, you know. But I don't know. I think just church just does it for me, at least at this point. I've missed church 2 Sundays in a row because, like I said, I was really sick. But this Sunday, I am looking forward to getting back into my swing of going to church, you know, every Sunday. And we will be having a panel next month on forgiveness, which I think is a very important topic, you know. Oh, Laurie says, losing a parent is so painful. I lost a parent this year, and this holiday season is tearing me up. I'm so sorry, boo. And I did not know that. It's the pain I really don't wish on anybody. I truly don't. And that's why I said I'm here. You know what I mean? I don't know what I'm gonna do, you know, next week or however I'm gonna do it. But I know Viv is working on Christmas. So 9 times out of 10 she'll be live. So I'll probably go over there, you know, with her. I may even come live my own self just to keep y'all occupied if you need it. Like I said, it's nothing for me to do whatever on Christmas because it's just another day to me because I don't celebrate it. But even though I don't celebrate it, it is really hard not having, you know, certain family members and stuff around. And then once again, this will be another, you know, first year dealing with, you know, dealing with losses. So you ain't never lied about that. You ain't never lied about that. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, Viv, come hit the link if you can hit the link for a minute. Because after I leave from here, you know where I'm going. I'm going over to my next home. Uncle Claude, when we gonna go live together? I'm waiting for you to go live on your TikTok so I can join you or something like that. You know, when you have time. I would love to join you on your TikTok, and I would love to join DC Purple Diva on her TikTok as well. Hey, 300. Yeah, I'm so bad with the phone, but I don't even feel bad about it. I don't. So if you somewhere stranded on the side of the road and your phone got 1% battery, don't call me because you probably won't get me. Yeah, that is a blessing. Oh, yeah, that was, shoot, Uncle Claude, we enjoyed that singing. Mm-hmm. I wish that Jay Wilson would have sung all his songs with no music in the background because I think it was just drowning out the music, but I still enjoyed it either way. And that, how did y'all feel about this when he sang the song to Ness? Did y'all feel? I felt very moved. Did y'all feel moved? Because I felt very, very moved. I don't know if everybody here, I think everybody that I see here was there yesterday. But I know some people probably didn't see it. You know, oh, hey, Jasmine. I'm just now seeing you. And chocolate cocoa 85. Yeah, you wanted to send me a CJ. I don't know what that is. I feel like I'm extra slow today or something. Ain't nothing making sense to me today. Y'all gotta work with me. I was just dozing off. Yeah, I was actually really moved by it. No, I ain't getting no fruitcake. I'm over here eating cornbread right now. I ain't getting no Christmas cake. Child. And no bun and cheese or nothing. Okay, Michelle's daughter, take care. And make sure you guys are checking out Kevin Kelly too. He got clips too of different sectors and everything. The Purge. I seen the one with Raw. I hadn't seen her in a while. I don't know where she been at, or maybe I just hadn't, been in the same place or spaces with her. But yeah, I seen the clips over there and stuff. It was really quite moving. And yeah, it was something. It was quite something. So but Christopher W says possible. Yeah, it's real long. I'd be hoping and praying, let these people hang up. But hell no. They still be leaving a message. Or they be like, I know you said you don't check your voicemail, but I'll be like, oh my God, throwing the phone like right at the damn wall, wanting to crack it in half. Is anybody cooking for Christmas? Hey, Rodney. Is anybody cooking for? And oh, actually, you know what? All the smoke, you put that up there. You know, they just text me today too. The job I was telling y'all about with the 1-800 junk removal, they increased the price now up to $125. So there are so many things to do, you know what I'm saying? Or to earn money if you really want to. You know, you don't have to do what everybody else is doing. Christopher really did great. He really did great. Miss Patricia, she really did good too. I felt like I had snuck in at some jazz club somewhere, at some place where everybody was having dinner and I was in the kitchen or something. Yeah, that was really a nice treat. I really enjoyed it. And I don't think Jay Wilson has went live. No, he went live today. Yeah, he was live today. But yeah, Christopher did great. I hope he continues to do that. And doing his music or whatever. Music is so healing. But anyway, I don't like to keep y'all held up here and I ain't saying anything. So I think I done already talked y'all to death. I will be on TikTok today. So it may be like 30 minutes from now or something like that. I don't know. But it'll be before an hour from now. I'll be live on TikTok. So go over there and check on my people over there and see how they're doing. And I am thinking that I may do some type of trivia or something like that. It's not going to be all day or anything like that because I don't have no couple $100 to give away again. So, but I will figure out something that we can do just for entertainment. And so I think I will come live on Christmas, even if it's just for an hour, you know, just so if somebody is having a hard day, you know. And then hold on, what, you know, I shouldn't even address this either. But why do people lie? Now, if people choose to listen to people who lie, I'm not gonna keep on clearing up no crazy stuff. When have y'all ever seen me fall asleep on my live? I have never fell asleep on my live. I fell asleep on other people's live, but I've never fell asleep on my own live. And then somebody was telling, I ain't even going to explain none of that stuff. People want to listen to lies, listen to it. But it's just amazing how people would just make up the craziest stories. And people be listening to it too. But hey, if they don't talk about S. Hutchinson, they only gonna get like 200 views. And they talk about S. Hutchinson, they gonna get a couple 100,000 views. So I would talk about me too. I mean, I don't quite blame them. So anyway, that's gonna be it, y'all. And that is gonna be all. I love you guys so much. And I hope you guys enjoy the remainder of the day. And I will see you guys later on today on TikTok. Bye.
But if I your body, girl, I don't mind. Cause not only you, they my mind, oh. Girl, you too fine, well, lie, me, I know they lie, oh. Not only my head, oh, yeah, only you in my head, oh. See now you they cause confusion in my head, yeah. Me, I know the lie, you're my fantasy. You're my fantasy. Only you in my head, oh. Only you in my head, oh. See now you they cause commotion in my head, oh. Me, I know the lie, you're my fantasy, yeah. Going on inside? Is this reality? Oh yeah, cause I don't wanna wake up from this dream. Them say something must kill a man, oh, nah, nah, nah. But if I your body, girl, I don't mind, oh yeah. Cause not only you, they my mind, oh yeah, yeah. See you too fine, me, I know the liar. See now only you, in my head, oh, yeah. Only you, in my head, oh. See now you, they cause confusion in my head, oh, yeah. Me, I know the liar, my me, I know the liar. Only you, in my head, only you, in my head, oh. See now you, they cause commotion in my head, oh, yeah. Me, I know the liar, my fantasy. See now only you, in my head, only you in my head, oh. See now you they cause confusion in my head, oh. Me, I know the lie, I know the lie. Only you in my head, oh. Yeah. Only you in my head, oh. See now you they cause commotion in my head, oh. Me, I know the lie, my fantasy.